Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Please, you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. Please donate to the Black Business Expo USA Scholarship Fund.
Hello, I am Dr. Eric Kelly III, the visionary strategist and founder of the Black Business Olympics. I invite you to showcase your Black-owned businesses on the Black Business Network global stage. The Black Business Olympics is a global Black Business Network platform that propels Black-owned businesses into the international spotlight. By showcasing your business on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can reach a worldwide audience of potential customers, partners, and investors. You can also establish yourself as a thought leader and expert in your field, attract lucrative partnerships, and more speaking engagements. In addition, the Black Business Olympics platform provides a valuable opportunity to connect and collaborate with like-minded entrepreneurs and business professionals from around the world. This can lead to new business opportunities, ideas, and relationships. Finally, by sharing your story and expertise on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can inspire and empower others. This is a powerful way to make a positive impact on the world and leave a lasting legacy. If you are a Black-owned business owner, I encourage you to seize the opportunity to showcase your business on the Black Business Olympics platform. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make an indelible mark on the world. Be one of the 1,000 visionary entrepreneurs who are changing students' lives, shaping industries, and leaving an unforgettable legacy for their families. Unleash your voice on our global stage and watch your business thrive. Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Yes, the entire world. Just give me a call today at 919-308-9090.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Why do I do what I do? You know, my life coach asked me that a few years ago. And she said, Tony, what's your why? And I told her, and she said, girl, you've already accomplished that. Perhaps you need a new why.
Hi, Tony Harris, Amy Hoydu with Say It Said Marketing, one of your students. And just wanted to say thank you, Tony Harris, for spending so much time with me and giving me that boost in my business that I so drastically needed.
My why is to touch, move, and inspire my clients to take drastic steps to be better than they were before they met me. I'm a resource. I'm a connector. I want to help people build deeper relationships that are beneficial to their life and business. That's what I do best.
So, first thing you got to do is show up. And speaking is a way to magnetically attract your ideal client to you. How many of you use social media that way? Absolutely, and this is how you look to the world. Drastic steps are the steps that are needed to be successful. And my business is drastic denotes a mindset. Getting out of your comfort zone. Doing something that you don't necessarily feel comfortable doing, want to do, but you know it's a necessary step to be successful in your business.
I get the most satisfaction when I see my connections flourishing into relationships long after I am gone.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Augustine with Media Jasmine, and I've joined several networking and referral groups in the area. And Network in Action Northeast Houston with Tony Harris Taylor is one of the best organizations that I've joined.
I love that piece of what I do, and it is what fuels my fire. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, saying take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow.
Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM, is turning heads in the healthcare and information technology sectors with his groundbreaking approach to personal branding and business development. By challenging conventional strategies, he's setting a new standard for how executives present themselves and their businesses to the world. McGaw's expertise isn't just about standing out. It's about strategic guidance, generating leads, and building networks that propel executives beyond their competition. His focus on authenticity allows leaders to leverage their unique stories, driving exponential growth and success in their industries. Beyond branding, McGaw is a fervent advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion in the workplace. He's committed to helping organizations cultivate environments where innovation and collaboration thrive through inclusive cultures. And for those eager to dive deeper, McGaw hosts the Follow the Brand podcast. Here, he unpacks the intricacies of personal branding and business growth, offering valuable insights for professionals eager to redefine their identities and share their narratives with the world.
Absolutely. So our coaching coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools. We help them implement, I love to leave the inherited lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income, and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. Wow. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it. If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that? Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Rose.
I am a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out. Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kingston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the Follow Brand podcast and TV series, and I am your business moderator for this morning on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. And we have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. And I am very happy to introduce a trailblazer whose mission is all about freedom and transformation, LaToinette M. Clark. LaToinette is a coach, counselor, and author dedicated to empowering women to embrace freedom in every area of their lives. And as the founder of Freedom Is Yours, LLC, she has touched countless lives through her impactful coaching, mentoring, and counseling programs. She's also the visionary behind the transformative Freedom is Women's Conference, equipping women with the tools they need for personal liberation and success. A proud author of the poetry collection Freedom Is and co-author of the anthology Unmute Yourself, LaToinette blends creativity with service. With a remarkable background in the United States Air Force, human resources, and refinery plant operations, she brings a wealth of experience and unwavering commitment to personal growth and empowerment. So please join me in welcoming the inspiringly LaToinette Clark to the Black Business Network.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I am great. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I am great, Grant. Thank you for having me here this morning.
It is our pleasure. We want to know, and our audience is eager to know, because I just read your bio, and I am very, very impressed. I sensed a hint of a mission and a vision that you have for women and on their journey in this world. Talk to us a little bit about your business and why you are in business doing this type of service.
Yes, thank you. So Freedom is a business that I started like 2 years ago after I retired from a refinery. And it's all about walking women to their path in freedom. Women that have been damaged through life circumstances or even some, situations that they found themselves in, perhaps that they wasn't the reason or the cause for whatever happened. And so, and it comes from a personal place, actually, the reason why I started the business, because it took me for many years to really walk in the freedom of who I was because of what happened to me at a young age. It hindered me. And so my mission, and I envisioned this for years while I was preparing myself through, schooling, through the military. My mission was to, when I get to a point in life where I can help other women, although I did along the way, but I wanted to be my number one goal is to help women walk in the freedom of who they were, who they are actually, who they were created to be. And so that's what freedom is. It's all about to empower women, to encourage them, to inspire them to be who they were originally designed to be.
I love it. So be all you can be understanding the challenges that we do have in our world. We do not want to be hindered. We tell our children all the time, you can be anything you want to be in this world as long as you put forth the effort. And we want to clear that way. And it's so great to have a voice such as yours, someone who's lived it, because they will listen to you because you have done these things and you're not just talking about these things.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit more about the business aspect of what you have and how people can get involved.
Yes. So I have several courses and several programs in Freedom Is, and you can find me on my website, freedomisyours.org, and it give you my vision, my mission, and the programs that I offer. I also have training programs. I have seminars, webinars. I also have an annual women's conference where we come together, the women, and it travels. I don't stay in one place. And so we go from state to state or city to city. And I have speakers that come in and talk about, talk about the different ways, opportunities, or avenues that women have to empower themselves, right? And so I draw from a wealth of knowledge from different women that have the same aspiration as I do to help others to walk their path. And so with the webinars, the seminars, the classes, the conferences, those are the things that I use in empowering women, inspiring women. And I think the most important thing with my conferences every year, it grows, and I don't charge a penny. You know, oftentimes you get charged a fee, and not to say that I don't think my information is not important or necessary or valuable. I just feel like if a lady cannot afford to, say, receive counseling or coaching, they still should have the opportunity for the help that they need to get to where they're trying to go in life, you know. And so that's what Freedom is all about. You know, I have my courses and I have, you know, my fee. But if a lady can't afford it, it's okay, because my main goal is for them to get the help that they need, not necessarily, you know, finance part of it. And so that's what Freedom is all about.
I love that. I love that. You don't want to be, you know, finance to be a barrier.
Right.
Put forth the effort, put forth the time. There's information there for you. And as you build up to those next levels, then, you know, when you get into the paid courses, you can get more skill sets available from your service. I love that. I want to ask you this, because now you've talked to a lot of different women. You've been involved with a lot of different people. What is the common challenges that you often come across for people, specifically for women, that you would like to address for us?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
The common challenge, like here's the problem that constantly just keeps coming up.
Mm-hmm. Well, for women in particular, they just have to, number one, believe in themselves, and not worry about what society say they should be. You know, they have to also give themselves grace, you know, give themselves grace to know that, okay, you may not be at this level or this point, but that's okay. We're striving to get there. And so I think we as women can be our hardest critic. You know, we're evaluate ourselves, and we're harder on ourselves than others. And so I think working with women, that's the number one thing I see more than anything is we don't give ourselves grace.
That's so important. The self-confidence and that constant critical mindset.
Yes.
And there's been studies that say, you know, human mind does like 60, 70,000 negative thoughts a day. That's a lot. So you're putting this extra weight, you know, on you, and then getting to that positive mindset. Now, you do a lot of counseling. You are a coach. You're getting people to actually see the light in the darkness has got to be a challenge. And as you talk through them, give us some examples. Do you have some examples of women that you worked with that came to you in a certain way, but they left and they're maybe still with you now, and they're in a much, much better place?
Yes. Well, I have a lot of examples, but this is what I do want to talk about, not just ladies. When I was working as a human resource person, I think that a person is wired for whatever their purpose is in life. And so I recall when I was a human resource, people would come into the office frustrated. Men and women, employees would come into the office frustrated, irritated for maybe it be rules or may it be benefits or what have you. And, it was natural for me to, not only assist them with what their problem was, but to encourage them, inspire them, and, turn their whole day around. And I didn't realize that I was doing that until one particular day. The plant manager, he was across the hall, and he came in and he said, "Antoinette, how do you do it? How can a person come in your office spitting nails, but then they leave out and they have a big smile on their face?" And I think I was just wired to do so. And so with the ladies, because even with coaching is, they already know what it is that they're trying to get to, right? And they just need the help to walk with them to that point. And counseling is reflecting back, right? And so in either avenue, I could relate with the women. And because I could relate with them, I can feel what they're feeling, the sadness, the disappointment, the shame, the guilt. I can feel that. And because I can feel that, I can walk with them to their path of freedom. And they're more open and more transparent. And I'm transparent with them as well. And so in doing that, they see the growth. And they may not see it in themselves, but I see it in them. And so down the path, I'll let them know, remember when you couldn't, speak in front of the audience, or remember when you couldn't tell someone you love you, but now you can. And so those are some very rewarding moments when not only I can see them, but they can see them as well. And that give them more hope, more confidence, and then they grow to the next level of where we're trying to go.
Yes, that's got to be rewarding when you see the change, and then they start to recognize the change in themselves, and it's starting to open up, so they're not so closed off. And then they can participate even deeper in what you have. It sounds like you have a very deep program when you're talking about events, you're talking about online courses, you're talking about one-on-one coaching. If someone wants to get involved in your business, they say, "Hey, you know what? I'm listening to LaToinette right now. I want to get involved." Talk to them about the process that you take them through.
When you say the programs that I have,
if they're interested in signing up, they're interested in your business. What's that process like?
Okay, so yes, they can go to my website, which is freedom is yours with the s.org. And so I have a place on there where they can read about the programs. They can also go to, I think it's the last page on the website, and they can submit their information and, and what they want me to contact them, and I'll contact them. And so they can go there. And it has my social media handlers on there where they can reach out to me, and then and we can just talk. I have a consultation with them, and we'll talk about what it is that they want, what it is that they need, and then we'll go from there. Which program they should go into, be it a one-on-one or in a group, and it's in every format. You can do webinar, you can do virtual, you can do over the phone, you can do face-to-face.
I like that. So it's a variety, because there's different people. They may feel they're not at a level they want to operate in a community, or less like a small classroom setting.
Right.
They want to first talk to you one-on-one, and then maybe they're ready for the community as they've grown. As I have found, especially a lot of young women, I've worked with some of them, is that, as you alluded to, the confidence factor. Then they're shy. They're very shy, and they're kind of impacted by their own thoughts and feelings about themselves. And then it takes some time to work with them so they begin to get that self-confidence. They begin to realize, hey, you've achieved certain things in your life. There are some goals that you still want to achieve, but we got to walk you toward that and not walk backward. And then understanding the outside world, they'll tune into that, wherever you are the most weak or the most vulnerable. Some people will tune into that and they use it against you. So you need to understand your strengths and your weaknesses to get beyond that. Do you agree with that?
I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. I was there. And so I absolutely agree. Most of my sessions are pretty much one-on-one. When I have the group sessions, it's more interactive, and it's voluntary, of course, but I make it more comfortable for them, more like like a meet and greet, and we get together and we'll talk about some things, some issues.
Okay.
To come in, or I mean, I'll allow them to leave, because we have some that that's okay with being open. And so when I have those sessions, it's more relaxed, but most of my sessions are one-on-one.
So important to get the confidence early. A lot of times I see it in early careers, and then if you don't begin to work with these particular set of challenges within yourself, you can get pigeonholed in your career or your business, and people only see you a certain way and say, oh, well, she can't handle much responsibility. So being able to demonstrate your authenticity and your capabilities, so people begin to see you in a different light. So you don't want to get typecast. I see this so often. Think about this. And you were in HR and doing some other things, the executive assistant role. Here, executive assistant, what image do you have in your mind when you see the executive assistant? Most of the time, you see it is the female role, right? If you said, oh, we're going to go in and go see the doctor, normally in your own mind's eye, you see a male figure, right? Well, the doctor could be any of those things. But if you only see these things, and you need to understand these perceptions, like, all right, I already know that you probably see this image and I'm not that. And so a lot of times that can lead to people being less outgoing in what they want to achieve, because they just don't see themselves in that role. I see you now, you're a great figure. You are a business owner. You're full of confidence. So I'm sure these women are like, how did she get there? How did she break that mold? Sometimes we use that term, the glass ceiling.
Right.
And it's a mold. Is somebody has built this for you, this construct, and then you're walking through that. How do you break through those molds?
Well, you just have to be open, honest, transparent. And then you just, actually, let me tell you, before I went to speak to a group of ladies at home, and I just gave them my life story and how Freedom Is came about. And I just talked from my life, and so the ladies came up to me and it's like, you're so, you're so open, you're so bold, you're so confident, and we want to get there. And I'm like, and they told me other things, like I didn't see it in myself, really, right? I was just being me. I was just being me, talking, from my life experience and talking about my desire, my vision, and my mission for other women. And so when other people begin to see the things in you, then maybe you're more amped to believe what they see, and you see what they see, you see. And so, but you don't allow anyone to put limitations on you. And that started that started for me in my youth. I was in the South, growing up in Louisiana, and in the third grade, I never forget. At that time, we couldn't go to school. The black kids couldn't go to school, but I wanted to go to school, and so my grandmother is like, "Well, no, you guys can't go back to school." It was 7 of us. I had 6 siblings. You can't go back to school until they say it's okay for you guys to go back to school. I said, but I cried. In the third grade, I want to go to school. And so my grandmother put me on the bus. Well, she had my brothers to put me on the bus. Nobody was on the bus in the neighborhood because we weren't supposed to go to school. The bus was still running, but we weren't supposed to go to school. And so I got there, and one of the teachers, she took me off the bus and she said, what are you doing here? I remember this as if it was like last week. And I said, well, I want to go to school. She said, you're not supposed to be here, sweetie. And so she put me in a room with a coloring book for the whole day. And at the end of the day, she put me back on the bus and she said, now you're not supposed to come back until you're allowed to come back. And in that moment, I knew it was something about education that was important. But I didn't allow that to stop me. I still wanted to go, but of course my grandmother got a call from the principal, like, let's not to come back to school. And so after that, anytime somebody told me that I couldn't, then I did. Like when I was going to school for my degrees, military full time, and I was going to school at night and on the weekend. And so my counselor told me that I wouldn't be able to finish the program. I wanted to finish it in I want to do an accelerated program. And she said I wouldn't be able to do it because the classes are not offered in my location. I said, oh, yes, I will. And so what I did was I found some classes that was like maybe 10 hours away in North Dakota. And I took leave and I took the classes during the summer. My supervisor allowed me to take vacation. And I went to South Dakota and took the classes so that I can finish ahead of schedule just because my counselor told me that I couldn't. And so you just don't allow people to put limitations on you. And then you won't be held back by the glass ceiling or the walls or whatever they put up. And that has always been my goal. That has always driven me. When that third grade incident, I think, paved the way for me throughout my life to be successful, not only for self, but for others. And so that's what I coach and counsel when I coach my clients. Like, don't let anybody limit you. You limit yourself, and you don't want to do that, so don't allow anybody else to limit you.
That is a great message. Self-determination.
Yes.
And then turning those life experiences and paying it forward for someone else. And I love how you said that, because a lot of times when we hear about certain things like segregation and some of the different laws, this was the law, especially in they call it Jim Crow South, depending on, and this is not like hundreds of years ago. This is talking about a generation, and this was an experience. And a lot of Black people have had experiences in this country that the other, we call the majority population, has never had. So they don't understand some of the attitudes and then some of the behavior. Like, historically, this has been the experience. I have to dig within myself to overcome that historical bias.
Absolutely.
That's always been there. And it's not because it can hurt your feelings. I mean, quite honestly. And I really don't think our society has really apologized for that, because the damage has been done.
Yes.
You exemplify how you went through that type of experience that was damaged. It could have damaged you for a long time, but you had the wherewithal to overcome that. I've been told no. In the third grade, I'm 7, 8 years old. I'm like, I don't like that. I like going to school. I want to go. I want education. I want to be all I can be. Here you already go to the service to be all you can be, right? And then anytime that you see that experience coming toward you, like, no, not me. I'm not the one. We're going to find another way. I really like that about you.
Absolutely. My grandmother used to always say, "There's more than one way to skin a cat." And I find it to be very true. And so anyone that cross path with me, I don't allow them to use that excuse. Well, this group of people will hold me back, or, they only, no. If you allow that to be, then that will be. But no, you can't use that excuse, because it's too much. It's too many avenues, too many goals, so much out there. The information is out there, the ways are out there, the finances are out there. We can't allow excuses to keep us in a place where we don't want to be kept. And so when somebody say to me, well, they don't allow us, no. You may not allow you, but it's allowed, as long as you're not breaking any rules or laws, then what's going to stop you from getting to where you want to go or achieving what it is that you want to achieve? Only you can stop you.
And unpacking those negative thoughts, those negative feelings. And I know I always remember this story. It was kind of an analogy. It was so important, and it helped me to understand is that, they're especially in South, in a rural community, you may see a group of cows that are in a cows, COWS, right? Cows that are in a pasture, and there's a fence around them, right? And then they'll stay in that pasture for a long time. But even when you take the fence down, they'll stay in that pasture.
Yes.
Right. You know where I'm going with that. And that Absolutely. Is what you just said. Hey, the fence is no longer there. Right.
Right.
You're just staying in the pasture.
That's it.
You need to now, move on and see a different light, a different world, that you do have opportunities.
That's it.
But you have to pursue them.
You condition your mind for what was placed upon you. And so if you condition your mind, you have to recondition. We have to recondition our mind, our thoughts. We have to renew our thoughts. We have to do those things daily in order to continue to achieve, because like you said, the fence is gone. So why are you still there? Well, you've conditioned yourself to stay in that limited amount of space, right? And so now you have to recondition yourself to say, well, I can launch out into the deep. I can go a little bit farther past this line because it's no longer there.
And what you said earlier about not letting finance be a barrier, all those things that we put out in front. Oh, well, I don't have the money. Oh, well, I don't have the time. Oh, well,
Right.
Do you have the time to stay where you are? Because if you're happy where you're at, maybe you don't need the extra time. Maybe you don't need the extra money. If you're
Right.
happy where you're at, so be it. But if you're not, you cannot allow time and money and education and experience to be a barrier. You've got to now go for it. There's so much information available, like even on the internet. You choose your experience on social media. I tell people that all the time, oh, social media is negative. No, you're tuning into where it's negative. There's a positive, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. 100%.
So if you want to get information about women empowerment, there's information out there. There's on the internet. You can consume it. You can binge watch this information.
Yeah.
And then you want to get more curated information. You can get that from LaToinette Clark. And you can say, you know what? She reminds me of me. She reminds me of people I know. She reminds me of how I used to think. And now look at her now. She's doing all these things. And you can consume this just like you could sit there and consume mindless television, right? And learn absolutely nothing. Or you can take the time to learn something of value that when you step out that door, you can actually change the day that you're living in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. And so, yeah, we must choose wisely, if we want to continue the path, of success. We want to continue, to grow as an individual, as a person, to grow as a society in a positive way. Because like you said, there's so much negativity out there, but just the same avenues we use for negativity, we can use for positivity, right? Like social media, of course, television, any any avenue that you can use negatively, you can use it positively as well.
So aptly said. There's so many people right now that are watching us on a YouTube, on a LinkedIn, or some other social media platform, or Facebook and Instagram, or whatever it be. We're on 40 different channels worldwide. But that the choice is there. You can tune in Saturday morning and get something that's like, you know what? I am interested in business. Can I, go into business, and can I be successful? And then you start looking at all of and I that's one thing I saw in our political world that just passed. Like, they're using these as like their strikes against you, like, oh, you're a woman, oh, you're black, oh, you're this, or you're that, and that's negative. Like, why is that? That's a positive,
right?
That's a positive. That's not a negative. That's very positive of who I am, and applaud me for overcoming the obstacles that were set before me. And then I've stepped through these things to be the person that I am.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
Well, I want you to talk to our audience. We've got about 4 or 5 minutes left. Talk to me as if I am a potential client, and they're interested in your business, and they need to know more about why they should join up.
Okay, so Freedom is a place where you can come and no judgment. You can open, you can share. You don't have to be hesitant about anything, because there is nothing that you can say that will be held against you, as they say, held against you. And I have been down the path of abuse in every form. I have been down the path of being neglected. I have been down the path of being abandoned. I've been down the path of thinking that I was worthless. I was damaged good. I was all those things. I was ashamed of who I was. I was ashamed to speak because of, afraid of what people would say about my dialect or my accent. I didn't like certain things about me, as society often, tell women they should be this size, they should look this way, their hair should be that way. And so Freedom is outreach. It comes to help you to accept and love who you are, appreciate who you are, and feel great about who you are. And I know oh so well, so I know the path, and I can walk you down the path and enable you to grow, to flow, to be that butterfly that's set free, right? And so it's no flowery stuff, because it's stuff that I've walked myself. And it took me many, many years, when I say many years, until I was like in my 50s, to come to that place. And I don't want to see another lady waste another day of growing into who they're supposed to be. I want them to reach that destination sooner than I did. And so that's the purpose for Freedom is. Freedom is yours, so you could be free in who you are. And one day I pray, my vision is that I have a collaborate or join in, whereas it could also be for men, because that was a question that was asked in the women's seminar. Do you have it for men? And so I can't walk in a man path, right? But I do pray that one day I will grow, Freedom is will grow, whereas we have a part for men as well, programs for men as well, because you have men out there the same that need help in healing, to walk their journey of freedom from past experience, pain, or what have you. And so that's what Freedom is all about, that you may be free to walk your path and who you are authentically, and not apologize for it. So that's why I'm here. And again, you can find me, my webpage is freedomisyours.org. My social media handles would be Lantoinette Clark or Sister Free. Sister Free came about. Sister Free came about. She's a character that I brought about, like, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 5 years ago. And so Sister Free often have different events where, she talk about being free.
I love that. Sister Free, man. I love that. Sister Free. I know a lot of sisters are listening to you today, and they're like, freedom. I can just hear the song. They're like, yes. They're going to follow in your footsteps. This is wonderful. I want to thank you again
for being on the Black Business Network today. This has been a wonderful conversation. I learned a lot from you, and I want you to know that I really appreciate you.
Well, I thank you for having me, Grant. I thank you. You guys are doing an awesome, amazing job, and I'm just so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Genius is coming, and we will see you on the other side. That is wonderful. Love to always hear about from another individual what their path is like and how they can help others. The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. And this expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or use the Cash App that is on the screen below. That's $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. And students, you can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. And we'd like to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for December 2024, and they include NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Rocher Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, The Hello LLC, Barbara H. Smith LLC, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, 5-Star BDM, Milani Shiny Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is coming, and I will see you on the other side.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support, where health education is abundant, where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children, with caring mentors and hands-on activities, with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle, with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being, with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA. A place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Hello, I am Dr. Eric Kelly III, the visionary strategist and founder of the Black Business Olympics. I invite you to showcase your Black-owned businesses on the Black Business Network global stage. The Black Business Olympics is a global Black Business Network platform that propels Black-owned businesses into the international spotlight. By showcasing your business on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can reach a worldwide audience of potential customers, partners, and investors. You can also establish yourself as a thought leader and expert in your field, attract lucrative partnerships, and more speaking engagements. In addition, the Black Business Olympics platform provides a valuable opportunity to connect and collaborate with like-minded entrepreneurs and business professionals from around the world. This can lead to new business opportunities, ideas, and relationships. Finally, by sharing your story and expertise on the Black Business Olympics platform, you can inspire and empower others. This is a powerful way to make a positive impact on the world and leave a lasting legacy. If you are a Black-owned business owner, I encourage you to seize the opportunity to showcase your business on the Black Business Olympics platform. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make an indelible mark on the world. Be one of the 1,000 visionary entrepreneurs who are changing students' lives, shaping industries, and leaving an unforgettable legacy for their families. Unleash your voice on our global stage and watch your business thrive. Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Yes, the entire world. Just give me a call today at 919-308-9090.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaw, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaw explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
We all have the opportunity to impact the lives of others, whether it is a simple act of kindness, a smile, a nod, or just saying hello. Hello, I'm Pamela D. Marshall, corporate mindfulness coach, and author of The Art of Forgiveness. I enjoy every opportunity to interact with others, whether they're in my home, sitting at my table for a holiday feast, or simply stopping by to say hello. My mother would often tell us, speaking is a sign of intelligence. Open your mouth, part your lips, show a smile, and say hello. Genius is common.
Genius is common. And my genius is nutritional strategy. I am Shawnee Smith, the owner and creator of Can Do Spice. Can Do Spice was created because I knew that adding herbal and mineral supplements to my diet did not have to be boring. In fact, because I'm a food enthusiast, I knew I could create something flavorful and explosive that also had the benefit of adding herbal supplements such as sea moss, bladderwrack, burdock root, and black seed, just to name a few. I invite you to take this journey with me where we come together and take control of our nutritional health. It is my way of sharing my genius, the gift of flavor and the healing power of herbs to the world. What is your genius?
Social media is evolving. It's more vibrant, more colorful, more energetic, and so are you. It's not just photos anymore. It's video, it's audio, it's subscriptions. And now there's Fanbase, a new monetized social network. Fanbase delivers the complete native app experience with full content monetization for every user. No algorithms that shadow ban your engagement or growth, and no ads. Follow anyone for free and subscribe directly to your favorite creators for $4.99 a month. Plus, show some love by tipping on any post. Also, make a Fanbase page and monetize your content the same way. Finally, connect with your followers by posting the amazing content you already create. And now, get paid for it. It's time to energize and monetize. Because everyone's a fan of something, and everyone has a fan base.
The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics are essential platforms for Black business owners globally. They provide the tools and support you need to succeed in today's competitive marketplace. Join us today as we collaborate together with businesses from around the world to support our children, students, and young future entrepreneurs, Black businesses and corporations. We raise funds for students going to college and young entrepreneurs who are aspiring to be business owners, and we invite you to be a contributor today. Visit the website www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to connect with and learn more about how the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics can help you not only share your amazing business story to businesses, but also serve future generations. Hello, my name is David Jones, CEO and co-founder of the Hello LLC, where we help businesses build a culture, brand and experience, and leverage technology to pivot into Web3. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into Roku, Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Spotify, Twitch, and Google Podcasts. Tune in, turn on, and let's thrive.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner.
Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
Are you feeling stuck? Yearning for growth but unsure how to take the next step? You're not alone. 63% of professionals feel unprepared for executive roles. The skills you need aren't out of reach. They're within your grasp. Imagine transforming from being overwhelmed at your desk to confidently presenting to a captivated audience. Leadership isn't just about titles. It's about taking control, bridging gaps, and narrating your own story. Andrea Clark emphasizes this at the workshop. Grant McGaw adds, "Your brand is your legacy. This is your chance to shape it, refine it, and own it." Latasha Barnes shares, "Mastering financial acumen isn't just a skill, it's the language of leadership, and I'll show you how to speak it fluently." Engage in real-world boardroom simulations, financial strategy sessions, and interactive team challenges. Step into a world of immersive learning. Engage with industry leaders and gain hands-on experience through high-level boardroom simulations. Refine your executive presence in settings designed to elevate your confidence and your career. Enjoy an exclusive wine tasting and food pairing event, all while collaborating with fellow attendees. Limited to 40 participants, early bird registration opens December 1st, 2024. This isn't just a workshop. This is your breakthrough, your transformation. Picture yourself delivering a confident presentation, the room erupting in applause. Feel the satisfaction as you shake hands with a mentor. January 25th and 26th at Miami-Dade College. 2 days that will redefine your future. Are you ready to lead with impact? Register now at 5starbdm.com. Leadership isn't given, it's earned. Take the first step. Lead with impact.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations, and welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series, and I am your business moderator for this morning on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. And we have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. And it is my honor to introduce a speaker whose powerful words resonate across the globe, DeAndre J. Lacey. DeAndre is an internationally acclaimed motivational speaker and Amazon best-selling author of Out of the Ashes, Finding the Purpose in Your Pain, a groundbreaking book that debuted at number 5 in the PTSD category. With over a decade of experience, DeAndre has touched the lives on a global scale, captivating audiences at universities, conferences, prisons, and churches with his dynamic storytelling and profound message of resilience. Through his work, DeAndre helps individuals find strength in their struggles and uncover the purpose hidden in their pain. His purpose and mission is to engage and educate and empower people from all walks of life, leaving an unforgettable impact wherever he goes. So let's give a warm welcome to the incredible DeAndre J. Lacey. Welcome.
Good morning. I believe that a great day is three-dimensional. It starts with a decision. It starts with determination and declaration. You got to decide what it is you want. You got to be determined to overcome any obstacle, and you got to speak and declare what it is. You got to speak what you seek until you see what you said. That was an incredible welcome, and I'm excited to be here today.
Oh, man, he jumped right in. This guy hit the ground running like a shot. You know, he's already, running and taking the gold. I love it. I love it. I love it. Tell us a little bit more. Now, we had the background. I just read through it. But it just got me curious and really just anticipating your story. Tell us a little bit more about DeAndre.
The one thing that I believe is you are not an accident. That's one of the chapters in my book, Out of the Ashes, Finding the Purpose in Your Pain. I believe that you are here for a purpose. I believe your pain has a purpose. I believe your pain is a compass to your destiny. All the things you think that make you unqualified is what makes you qualified. All the things you think that makes you weird or abnormal, it makes you unique. And there's one thing in this world that you and only you can do. And I believe that because at one point in my life, I used to go to sleep and hope that I stayed asleep because that's how hopeless I was. But through a journey that I took, I found my purpose. And now I believe my purpose is to help everyone find theirs.
Now I got to ask you about the journey, man, because that's awesome. And I'm glad how you said, because that's a common feeling that people find themselves in at some point, meaning pain. You experience pain. And if you're not used to experiencing pain, it can put you in a whole kinds of other worlds that you may not want to be in. Talk to us about that journey.
So one saying I have is end escapism. And I believe escapism is anytime we participate in activities that are detrimental to our future. You know, it could be eating to the point that our health is in jeopardy. It could be substance abuse, anything, even just procrastination. And why are we doing that? We're trying to escape a reality that we cannot handle. We know deep down inside we are made for more and we're not living up to that potential. So we settle for something that's beneath who we truly are. And I'm big on end escapism because I believe we shouldn't create lives that we have to escape. We should build lives we cannot wait to wake up and experience. When you find your purpose, you learn the difference between rest and recharge. A lot of people live their life looking forward to the weekend, but a week is 7 days. So if you only are looking forward to 2 days, you're basically missing out on 80% of your life. And so when you create a life that fulfills you, you no longer need to do those activities. And so when you create a life that fulfills you, you learn the difference between rest and recharge. Rest is abstaining from work, but recharging is when you are energized. And it's kind of like your car. I believe it's the carburetor. It's a part in your car that recharges the battery while the car is moving. And there are some doors that are motion activated. You got to move for the door to open. And you'll find that me doing this, even though it requires activity, it's recharging me because it's fulfilling me.
Very important. And that's the alternator you're talking about. And I have dealt with
alternator. I knew it was something that ended in nator. I knew it was wrong when I said it.
Lots of people have experienced what happens when your alternator goes out, because then the car runs on the battery itself and then it runs down. And what you said is so important, because if you don't know how to recharge yourself, you will run down, and then you start getting into those depressive states. You don't want to get up, you get lethargic, and just like a car, you stop running. And we don't want you to stop running. So we want to recharge. And this is a great recharge, what you're talking about. I know there's people out there, they're looking at this show and they're seeing DeAndre and they're like, man, I'm just like him. Or I know somebody, man, that looks like my cousin up there, you know. You're like, but then he's talking about something that we can all relate to. I don't think there's there's 8 billion people on this planet. Most 8 billion of them are going through some kind of challenge. They're going through some kind of pain. They're going through something that is pushing against them, and it forces you to either have to overcome it, you have to hurl it, or you succumb to it. You wrote this book, Out of the Ashes, and it's in that PTSD area.
Yes,
Why
sir.
did you write this book, and what is it really about?
I wrote this book because I finally went down the path to discovering my gifts. Nipsey Hussle had a quote. He said, "No, he a genius. He just can't claim it because they left him no platforms to explain it." All of my life, I felt like I had no talent. I felt like I had no gift. I know somebody's watching, they feel the same way. I felt like, you know, everyone else is an athlete, everyone else singer, dancer. They had a more tangible demonstration of their gift, and they had platforms to show it. Well, speaking is a gift, writing is a gift. I didn't consistently have platforms, and in the culture I grew up in, it wasn't really celebrated. Yeah, people said do good in school and all that, but the people who really got claps were the athletes. People who really got shouts were the praise dancers, were the singers, you know. And so I was just like, well, I must not be talented because, yeah, I'm smart, I make good grades, but what am I good at? And so in high school, I used to send out encouraging messages on my phone. I stopped eventually. Fast forward to 2019, I started with just my family, and it grew to over 120 people, to the point that I had to get an app to help send all the messages out, because I was sending them out one by one and that just wasn't working. And people kept saying, man, you should just like take these and put them together and write a book. You know, I've always been an orator. So people, a philosopher, if you will. So people always say you should write a book, this or that. But I said, if I'm going to write a book, it's not just going to be a collection of little quotes. Like, no knock to people who do that. Like, I know I have something more in me. And so shout out to Rachel B. Foy, author of I Quit, The How to Guide to Letting Go of Everything Holding You Back. She came to my church. She's from my hometown of Palestine, Texas. And seeing somebody in person that looks like me, like you said earlier, literally from the town I'm from, that's not known for producing, you know, an author or something like that, I said, I can do that. She put me in touch with Valerie McDowell, owner of Power to Excel. Both of these are Black women in Black business. And she was my book coach. And I signed the contract in, excuse me, April of 2020. And then by October of 2020, the book came out. And it actually came out on accident. I didn't realize you were supposed to hide it. So I started promoting it, and then people just started buying it. So I said, let's just go for it. And it debuted number 5.
Because it's needed, it's necessary. People are related to that, like, oh, somebody's actually, walking in my path and expressing it in a way that I can now understand it even better myself. So important for people to have those kinds of models that help them to heal, along their path. That's so important. As people have read the book, what kind of feedback are you getting? Were you surprised by some of the feedback that came to you?
Like you said, one thing that Rachel says in her book, she says, you are the permission that someone so desperately needs. Someone is not going to walk in their purpose until you operate in theirs. And so it was certain times in my life where I didn't have it for myself. I wasn't gonna get through this obstacle if it was just for me. I was ready to give up. I thought about my younger sister, thought about my brother, I thought about other people. And so sometimes it's like, look, if you can't even push through for yourself, push through for the people who are counting on you. I had taken my son Josiah to this playground one day, and it was a obstacle course, and the way it was set up, it was only one way up to the end goal, and then you had to go the same way down. And I heard my wife tell him, Josiah, you got to keep going. There's people behind you. And I was like, wow, you got to keep going because there's people behind you. And I once participated in an obstacle course 40 feet in the air at this summer camp, and I'm afraid of heights, but I was a camp counselor, and I wanted to show my kids we all got to push through our fears. And the way it's set up is you get hooked into the harness, you go through the first stage. Once you get almost there, they send the next person behind you. The only way you can quit the course is to finish it. Come on, somebody, or go back to where you went. But then once people start coming behind you, if you want to quit, one, you got to go back through the things you already went through, and now you got to delay the people coming behind you. So it's such a powerful testament to, what's at stake. Her one decision to come speak at the interview where I got to interview led to me writing my book. And then other people have written books and worked with the coach that I referred since I wrote my book. I've gone across the country. I went to Canada this year, went to Alcorn State University, Texas Southern University, College of the Mainland. All of those different people I got to touch. What if Rachel would have never wrote her book? So we're always one away, one decision away, one belief away, one connection away. We're always the power of one. Never underestimate the power of one. That's why we got to show up every day.
You got to show up every day. That is a testimony right there that anybody can relate to. Once you start in a direction, you got to see it through.
Got to see it through.
And you're going to have your bumps. I call it resilience. You're going to have to go and climb that mountain of resilience to get to the other side, to get to the value that you're looking for. I want you to talk to us about that whole path of being an author, because there's so many people like, I've had experiences, and a lot of people don't realize the value of their own experiences. And what helped me in my own journey is that someone said, hey, Grant, do you realize you are in the best position to be the mentor to the person you was 5 years ago?
So these are the two biggest things I would tell someone that are looking to write or do anything. The biggest hurdles and the biggest myths are, one, everybody already knows that, so why would I need to say it again? Yeah. And two, the market is oversaturated. I'm sorry, I get excited because people don't understand. I'm going to say it one more time, and I'm going to get into an illustration. One, everybody already knows that. Lie, myth, not true. Two, the market is oversaturated. And I'm going to address both questions with this. So the next time someone thinks that, this is what I want you to do. I want you to get in your car, get on your bike, get on your hoverboard, get on your scooter, your skateboard, or your 2 feet, even if they 2 left feet, and you walk, ride, fly, drive to the store. Go to the bread aisle. First of all, just count all the different types of bread. You got rye, wheat, whole grain, Ezekiel, all these just different types. After you do that, go count all the different brands who all have different types. Take a picture, take a video, come back in a day, come back in a week, come back in a month, come back in a quarter, come back in a year. You're going to see the same 2 aisles of all these 3 levels of bread. What does that mean? There is somebody that comes in the store and buys that store brand. There's somebody that buys this brand. There's somebody that buys raw. But every time you go back, it's still full of all these different types. And so if you're saying, well, I don't want to write a book because they already know that, you are the last one to see your gift because it's so a part of you and natural that it doesn't seem impressive to you. But when other people come in contact with you, they realize. And so being used as a backhanded compliment is because other people have recognized your value and are obtaining your value with no boundaries. And so know that just because someone else wrote a book and it didn't work out, it didn't work out for them. When people tell you that you can't do it, they're saying that they don't understand how they could do it, but they're not you. And just because a book has been written on this topic, you haven't wrote a book on this topic. You have unique experiences and a unique perspective.
I want you to say that again. It's about that whole personalized experience you haven't done. Like a lot of people understand sports, right? You go out and there are going to be certain people that they've been playing basketball. Basketball has been around for 100 years. But the way that you do it has only been around your lifetime. It's only about you. So if you can write your book, if you can write your story, if you can crystallize your experiences, you can come back a long way. It's like, wow, because I'm listening to DeAndre. I'm like, yeah, he's got some similarities, but Palestine, Texas, okay. Just all those different things make your story unique and interesting, that I want to tune into that and find out what was the goal that he was able to mine out of his own experience. Because you can take some things out of someone else's story, like, oh, wow, I can apply that to my own story, right? And what I'm getting from you just by listening to you is that you have a unique mindset. You have a unique way of looking at your world and how you relate to the world around you. And I think that's important because even the last speaker that was on, those self-limiting beliefs are really the biggest problem that you have, right?
It really is. And I can speak to that because in 2018, my wife and I were talking. She's like, what is it that you really want to do? And I'm like, of course, I enjoy speaking. I want to do that. And I said these dreadful words. I need y'all to listen. I said, but there's no money in speaking. And you shall have what you say. And so that was in 2018. And I sporadically made money speaking. And I never made over $500. And it wasn't consistent because that was a belief that I had. But then this time last year, I had 30 YouTube subscribers. I just celebrated 1,000 subscribers on my channel. This time last year, I still had made over like $500. And that was a rarity. In speaking, I had 2 $5,000 speaking engagements, a $4,000 speaking engagement. Like I said, my first international, technically you could say second, I did a mission trip to Jamaica, but my first booked international speaking engagement. And it changed because I changed what you believe. Your actions will follow your beliefs. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. It's this interview with Jim Carrey where he says, years before I made it, I wrote down a $10 million check to myself. And one of his biggest first movies, it was $10 million. A few weeks ago, I was at 840 subscribers. And my brother, he's one of my biggest supporters. He admits he didn't even believe it was possible. I said, my birthday's Monday. I said, I want 1,000 by the end of the year. Then it changed to 1,000 by my birthday. And then 2 days ago, I hit the 1,000 mark. And so you gotta, like I said, a great day is 3-dimensional. It starts with a decision. It starts with determination. And it starts with declaration. You got to open your mouth and speak what you seek. Excuse me. The last thing I want to tell people is this is your homework. Get your keys, get your car, get your snowboard, whatever your method of travel. Go to wherever you like to eat. Get the menu and tell them everything you don't want on the menu. First of all, I want to see how long they're going to sit there and listen to you. Second of all, I want you to track how much time you waste. Then I want you to go somewhere else because you done already made these people difficult. And then you go in there, think about what you want and just tell them what you want. And then you compare the experiences and you let me know which one is better. Now, when I say that, we laugh, but that's how we approach life. We talk about everything we don't want, but you got to speak what you seek until you see what you said. Stop talking about what you don't want. Start speaking what you want, even if it's not realistic. It doesn't matter.
Man, it's mindset. That is so clear, really clear analogy of that negative thinking that is prevalent around us, and understanding that you got to contrast it with positive thinking and really understanding when you see the results of that, as you just stated, around speaking. And I want the audience to understand that speaking is one of the most affluent and most profitable businesses in the world. And I'll tell you this short little story. There was a gentleman that was on my show. His name is Walter Bond. Walter Bond was a basketball player, NBA basketball player, and he started out from South Side Chicago. He was actually in college. He was the sixth man coming off the bench, but he wanted to be an NBA ball player. And he's like, wow, you can't even start in college. How can you even think about being an NBA ball player? Well, he conditioned himself, and he said, hey, you know what? I'm going to work out like an NBA ball player does, and I'm going to put in the work. And because he put in the work, he was actually able to play in the NBA for like 9 or 10 years. But he discovered this new gift in himself, a way of inspiring other people. And other people start telling him, hey, you know what? You should start looking at potentially being a professional speaker and what that would look like. Well, Walter Bond took that to heart. And after basketball subsided, he started speaking. And now he has become a Hall of Fame speaker. And when he speaks, every time he speaks, he gets $30,000 to $60,000 per engagement. Every time he steps on that stage for like an hour, he's getting $30,000 for people to hear him speak, to hear his story. So imagine when he's doing that on a yearly basis, he's in, some very significant money. And he has stated, I've made way more money speaking than I ever made as an NBA ball player. And I want you to understand it, because when you're talking about that earlier, like, hey, this kid over here, he's great at sports. This kid over here, he's great at dancing. This kid over here, he's great at entertainment. And understanding, like, man, being a great speaker you can make more money than all three of them put together. Speaking can be a very lucrative field. You can make a lot of money and inspire a ton of people along the way. So we want to continue to encourage you to be all you can be, DeAndre, because when I see you, as I stated earlier, I just wasn't saying that. I see my cousins. I see my my nephews. I see people like, man, I need to find that skill set that within myself and be able to do it and be able to support myself in doing it, because this is truly what I believe in. And I tell you, when Walter Bond first started, he told me, you know what my first fee was, Grant? I said, what you got? He said, what you got? Because I gotta speak. And until the more you speak, the more you speak. That's what he says. And it just snowballed, and it got into a point where he became in demand. And I want you to speak and be in demand for what you're talking about. So I applaud you for it. We've got some time here, some more. And I want you to talk about the behind the scenes process, because so many people don't realize, what does it take to actually write a book? I mean, that had to be something that you had to go through and say, wow, I didn't realize it was like this.
One, it depends on what your book is about. The more it's closely tied to your heart and your story. Her challenge to me, the book coach, was to do it in 90 days. And it was mostly done, but I had to, because my book was talking about some traumatic experiences, there's levels to healing. And in writing, I realized there was another level of healing that I needed. So it got tough. And I was like, what is Dr. Brene Brown? She says an emotional hangover, where you share something about yourself and then you regret it. I'll tell all my business in this book. I'm really an open book, but it's because I want other people to be free. Like when we're going through things, we always want someone that's been through it to understand, yet none of us want to go through it. How are we going to produce people that understand where we've come from if nobody's willing to go through it? And so I tell people, bad consequences for your choices, that's one thing. But when you suffer, it's always for someone else, because now you gain wisdom and they can learn from you instead of having to go through the situation. But as far as writing the book is already written. Whether it's about your life, the book is already written. Whether you're a mechanic, your knowledge of cars, the book is already written. Everybody overthinks it. Literally, just like I'm talking to you, this whole thing could be a book. A book is a focused, I'm focused on the topic. You have knowledge of something. There's something that, like I said, everyone has a gift, everyone has a knack for something. There's something that you can teach somebody. That's what your book is. Nowadays, a book is like a giant business card. I'm telling you, I've always been able to communicate on this level. Have I improved? Yes, but like that was my gift. But once you say you're an author, all of a sudden it's like people's perception of you change. I'm the same guy. I'm the same guy that you could have brought in to speak earlier. I'm the same guy, but now because people understand it takes so much discipline and follow through to finish something like that. So it's just like being in shape. It's like it speaks for you. It's just like being well dressed. Before you say anything, you're already saying anything. So a lot of things people have misunderstood, like in relationships or in life, communication. No, communication isn't the problem, because we're always communicating. It's what we're communicating. Discipline isn't the problem, because you're disciplined every day. Like, you know how much discipline it takes to sit and watch a show for 8 hours in a row, to do the same routine. So you don't have a discipline issue. You got to use the discipline that you're already using and redirect it to a way that it benefits you. But I tell people, excuse me, the book is already written. You just got to sit down and give yourself, what did Denzel say? A dream without a deadline is just a wish, or something like that. You got to you got to break your goal into smaller goals. And that's what my book coach did. But even if you can't afford a book coach, you can do all of these things yourself. We have all the applications, the software. You literally can self-publish and self-promote a book. It's all on YouTube. It all comes down to a decision, determination, and declaration.
I like what you said about the credibility aspects of it. The people start to see you differently. And because writing the book or being an author, people look at you as an authority. You're an authority. Like, oh, okay. Oh, that was DeAndre from around the way, but no, that's DeAndre. Yeah. And it gives you, it's a platform. And I agree with that. You got to have some credibility in what you're doing. You can't just say, oh, you know what? I'm going to do this or that. When they see the manifested work, and then they say, oh, he was serious about that. All right, I see him out speaking over here at the library or speaking over here at the community center. And then he you know, when I went over there to see DeAndre over there, and then he brought out this book. He was an author, and he set it in front of me, and I'm like, what? And then he was going to autograph it. I'm like, what? And then and the information in it was relevant. Like, I liked what DeAndre put down. This is something like, no, you can't take this book away from me. No. It's like, oh, what you want for that book? Like, oh, I need a dub for that. Well, here you go, man. you know, and so people will pay for value because you help them. You help them to untangle some thoughts. You help them to untangle some emotional battles that they had. Like you said, you laid it out there for that next person. Like, man, I went through this. Like, you don't understand. Like, no, I understand. And you just can't say you understand. Like, look, this is what I went through. It ain't exactly what you went through, but I know where you at. I've been through things. People that have been through prison, they don't understand. Like, you can talk about things like how they got to those points and they ended up in this situation, and then now they're out of that situation. It's hard to talk to somebody who's never been in that situation, right? You're like, you don't understand what it's like. As you said, you know, watching TV, maybe it's 8 hours a day, but if you sit in someone's cell for 8 hours and you're like, you know, how do you find life? How do you get that alternating current, as we say earlier, because you're just living on battery juice? You know, how do you stay motivated and moving forward? And if someone else has written some things out like that, that helps you. I talk to a lot of people that have been through like a prison type experience, and they read a lot because they have time. It's like, but can you use that time positively? They read a lot. They become very intelligent individuals, and you might find yourself, embarrassed. And you say, "Oh, that guy, he just got out. He just did 2-3 years in prison. He don't know nothing." Like, oh, he knows. He might
If
know.
I could hop in, one of my favorite professors from college would say, "Read is 80% of ready," and if you spell the word ready, READ, read is 80% of that word. And you said people read when they're incarcerated because they have time. We all have time. We got to make time. Little ways that the most important conversation you will have with a human being is the one you have with yourself. When you keep telling yourself, I don't have time, you're speaking that, you're making that decision. You've made a determination that you don't have the time. So you operate from this belief system. But if you say, I make the time, then you can do it. What you have in your hand is enough, and it's enough to get started. It's probably not enough to get you to the vision you have in your mind, but you're going to get more along the way. Even me being on this interview today, I was seeking, how can I promote myself? I went across all these different platforms, and me diligently searching, I came across this. There was a typo in the email, and I didn't get the information for today. So I was getting a phone call, hey, you're supposed to speak today. But I actually was already in here working on videos, so I was ready. Opportunity is going to come whether you're ready or not. That's one of the biggest myths. There's so many myths out there. People think, oh, I got to get ready for the opportunity. No, it's going to knock on your door. Now, are you going to be ready for it? Like, I'm doing a bad job right now. I usually keep a box of books in my car, some in my wife's car, even business cards. One of my speaking gigs, I just walked up. People don't do in-person stuff. I just walked passing around flyers. And because I did that, I did it for free that time. But a person saw me at that event, hired me. And then when they hired me for an event months later, I got paid. And 2 days later, my son had a surgery, and that speaking fee helped pay for his surgery. But what if I didn't go pass out that flyer? What if I wasn't looking at life like I look at it? Like, my wife thinks I'm overboard, but this is casual to me. I usually have like a jacket, or even if I'm casual, like I put my outfits together. Like, even if I go to the store, most of the time, I put a whole outfit on. If we're in a hotel and we just going down to the breakfast, I don't go in my pajamas. And my family think I'm weird, but I'm just like, I don't know who. I might meet Dr. Kelly today. I might meet Mr. McGaw today. I want to represent myself well. So even if I'm casual, like, I really have a goal to have my brand, my shirt on all the time, promoting myself, because these other companies, they're in our text message all the time promoting ourselves. And when you were talking about reading, also made me think about Dr. Eric Thomas, one of my heroes in the speaking field. He said he sat at the feet of Warren Buffett for wisdom, and he said Warren Buffett reads 6 hours a day. Now, I know for us that's still in 9 to 5, we may not have that much time, but he said, I go back and read 1922 stock figure numbers, and he says, because success is success no matter how old it was. And he said one time he bought a Coke company and just raised the price 1 cent and made money just by adding 1 cent to the cost of the product. So those are things you get when you read. Readers are really leaders. If you read, you can learn through other people's experience, and you save time instead of having to learn through your own mistakes. Now, you're going to make mistakes, but you can alleviate and mitigate those mistakes by reading from other people.
I agree with that. I call that, in the business world, we call that speed to market. How can you get to market faster or be ready? As you stated earlier, you're ready. Business is happening all the time. I always remember there was a scene within the one of the movies that I think it was that wasn't Spike Lee, it was Ice Cube actually did. Boys in the Hood, right? And in that movie, there was a time when he goes and visits his father, and he goes to his place of business, and he says, well, what do you do for business? He said, well, I help people find money for their houses. And then he said, well, how's it going? He said, business is always happening, but it's not always happening in here. Meaning it's always going on. Millions and millions of dollars of transactions are going on. People are always, on a high note or a low note, no matter what it is where you're at in the process. And can you get into the game to position yourself to be a part of that commerce that's taking place, right? So like you said, if you didn't have the passion to begin to be an author or to begin to speak and begin to live in your own truth, then it never happens. So you're not on the show today, right? Because you don't have the story. You haven't done the work. Now you're positioning yourself to be in a world that someone in this whole world can now participate in the DeAndre story. Like, oh, that's the guy I need to come out here. We have an event that's going on. We need him. Let's get him on the phone. Let's go ahead and book him. Oh, you know what? I need that book. That's the book we need for the kids that are coming in and doing some work. We need them to get this understanding. But if you don't do the work, you don't get out there. I love how you frame the story around mindset. So, so important. And before you leave us, tell us again how to get in contact with you, because I just spoke truth to power. Somebody's looking to contact you.
Yes. Thank you. And so my YouTube is DJL Inspires on YouTube, Instagram, DANDRELACY at DeAndre Lacey. You also can go to my website, DJL, D as in dog, J as in Jack, L as in Larry, inspires with an S.com. If you want to book me, there's a booking link on DJLinspires.com. On TikTok, DJL Inspires, but I'm actually in a transition because there's some company with a similar name, so I'm slowly transitioning to my name. But right now it's DJLinspires.com. It has interviews, testimonials, and a link to book me. I also do referral fees. If you say, hey, I know of a event that needs an MC, a host, or a speaker, and I get booked, I will give you a finder's fee because I wouldn't have found that opportunity. So you can do that. My phone number is 281-962-5804. And so you can find me, but one of the best ways is DJLinspires.com because it'll connect you to all of my social media, referrals, testimonials, and videos of me speaking with the booking link.
This has been wonderful. I want to thank you for joining us this morning on the Black Business Network, the Black Business Olympics. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side. Wonderful gentlemen talking the truth today on the Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K-12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. And you may go to blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App that is on the screen below. That is $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students, you can register online at blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts, so we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. And we want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for December 2024. And they include NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Rocher Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, The Hello LLC, Barbara H. Smith LLC, Margin McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, 5-Star BDM, Milani Shining Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, The Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative Force Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA. Genius is coming, and I will see you on the other side.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow Brand podcast and TV series. And I am your business moderator for this morning on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. And we have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. And I am very excited to introduce a remarkable film experience that celebrates the beauty of human landscapes through the lens of art while honoring the rich tapestry of Black business and the culture. And today's feature is more than just a film. It's a journey into the intersection of creativity and humanity, a reflection of the landscapes that shape us, and a celebration of the Black cultural experience. This is presented by the visionary Eric Kelly III, and this film captures the essence of our shared stories and the artistry that connects us. So sit back and immerse yourself in this artistic celebration as we shine a light on the landscapes that inspire and the cultures that empower. Let's welcome this extraordinary cinematic experience that we're going to have on the Black Business Network.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business.
5-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.
Why do I do what I do? You know, my life coach asked me that a few years ago. And she said, Tony, what's your why? And I told her, and she said, girl, you've already accomplished that. Perhaps you need a new why.
Hi, Tony Harris, Amy Hoydu with Say It Said Marketing, one of your students. And just wanted to say thank you, Tony Harris, for spending so much time with me and giving me that boost in my business that I so drastically needed.
My why is to touch, move, and inspire my clients to take drastic steps to be better than they were before they met me. I'm a resource. I'm a connector. I want to help people build deeper relationships that are beneficial to their life and business. That's what I do best.
So, first thing you got to do is show up. And speaking is a way to magnetically attract your ideal client to you. How many of you use social media that way? Absolutely, and this is how you look to the world. Drastic steps are the steps that are needed to be successful. And my business is drastic denotes a mindset. Getting out of your comfort zone. Doing something that you don't necessarily feel comfortable doing, want to do, but you know it's a necessary step to be successful in your business.
I get the most satisfaction when I see my connections flourishing into relationships long after I am gone.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Augustine with Media Jasmine, and I've joined several networking and referral groups in the area. And Network in Action Northeast Houston with Tony Harris Taylor is one of the best organizations that I've joined.
I love that piece of what I do, and it is what fuels my fire. My name is Tony Harris Taylor, saying take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow.
Leadership isn't about where you stand, it's about where you're headed. Join us as we explore how Follow the Brand redefined leadership in 2024 and prepares you for 2025. Tony C. Evans shares, 1 year ago I had expertise. Today I'm leading a $100 million operation. Joy McMillan adds, we didn't just change protocols, we saved lives. These leaders exemplify the transformative power of vision and action. Nan Londano states, 2025 isn't coming, it's already here. Dr. Geeta Nayar emphasizes, technology without trust is just a collection of expensive tools. Their stories highlight the importance of foresight and trust in leadership. This isn't just a season finale, it's your blueprint for what's next. Discover how to turn 2025's challenges into your greatest opportunities with Vision to Victory. Join us on December 30th, 2024 at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your vision, your victory, your time. Available on all major podcast platforms. Follow the brand in 2025.
Social media is evolving. It's more vibrant, more colorful, more energetic, and so are you. It's not just photos anymore. It's video, it's audio, it's subscriptions. And now there's Fanbase, a new monetized social network. Fanbase delivers the complete native app experience with full content monetization for every user. No algorithms that shadow ban your engagement or growth, and no ads. Follow anyone for free and subscribe directly to your favorite creators for $4.99 a month. Plus, show some love by tipping on any post. Also, make a Fanbase page and monetize your content the same way. Finally, connect with your followers by posting the amazing content you already create. And now, get paid for it. It's time to energize and monetize, because everyone's a fan of something and everyone has a fan base.
Sometimes you got to hear the news from the Black perspective, and more specifically, Black publishers. And that's exactly why you have to download the HeyTie app, the largest mobile app delivering breaking news, videos, and podcasts from 200 of your favorite Black publishers. Yes, 200 Black publishers delivering news as it happens, literally all in one app. Go to HAYTI.com or download the app in the Google Play Store or Apple App Store. It's completely free, along with information that you can trust, so go check them out.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We are ready for our feature film. Thank you again for tuning in on the Black Business Network.
Hi, I'm Eric Kelly III, and today I'd like to introduce you to my art. Welcome to the Eric Kelly III Museum, located in Durham, North Carolina. Today we're going to be discussing my art, my journey, and where I'm going next. You know, the past, the today, and the future. When I think about the beginning of my work, I have to go all the way back to when I was about 4 years old. And my grandmother gave me a pen, and I was in church. And I took that pen and I began to draw. And as I was drawing, later on, my grandmother said that the picture that I drew then looked like the choir that was in the church. And so my affinity for utilizing the ink pen to do work still happens today. Now, many times when we begin to talk about art, the question always is, what is the intent? Why do you do art? What makes you an artist? And so, as we look at my early years, I was not thinking about
what I was drawing. I was just in love with drawing. I remember in the 5th grade when a young man, one of my friends, came to my desk and saw me drawing, and he said he'd like to draw. And so I said to him, anyone can draw. Because in my mind as a young kid, my art was just a way of, I would say, expressing how I felt. And so each day I would give him triangles and squares and show him how to draw. And so in my mind, I wanted to be an art teacher. And being an art teacher, I thought I could give back to other young people, other folk, how I felt about art. And so as we moved through my timeline and moved past the 5th grade, I began to draw, I would say, comic book figures, a lot of figures, a lot of pictures of what I saw in comic books. And one of the things that I noticed about me at an early age, maybe it was because my grandmother was a civil rights leader, maybe it was because my great-grandfather wanted me to be a lawyer, and he took me each day from Scarborough Nursery School down to the courthouse to watch what was going on at the courthouse. And maybe it was me watching television and seeing the civil rights movement happening, and seeing things that were going on. But I remember when I was about 12 that there was this thing called identity. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. And the music that I was hearing was just so different until I began to change the white images that I looked at to black images. I can remember the Incredible Hulk that I changed into the Incredible Bulk. You got to understand, I was a kid, Tarzan. I did Tarzan wrestling with an alligator in the jungle with an afro. And so this whole thing of black identity was prevalent on my mind as a young artist. Many times people say artwork is political. And I continue to say that not only artwork is political, art is what is your identity, but more importantly, what is your intention. And so as I moved through those years, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, I began to look at the difference between how I felt and how I saw things. And one of the things that I noticed early on is that I could actually hear tones and hear music, and I would see colors in terms of what I was drawing. Many times I found myself talking to people and I would say, I can draw you if I think about you. And that was one of the games I used to play when I was a young kid. I would talk to somebody, I would listen to them, and then I would go home and I'd get my sketch pad and I would actually draw them. Many times when I was coming up, I used to tell people that if you talk about what you want, I could draw some lines, and then I can go and create that particular object. Intention, identity, and color was very prevalent in my work at an early age. I remember my first paper mache dog that I did. It was white. And my teacher kept the paper mache dog. And my great-grandfather used to say to me that don't give my artwork away. And so he said, only sell to collectors. And so at 7 years old, he started a museum for me called the Eric Kelly III Museum that would house my artwork in his house, along his halls, and house my writings. I'm also a poet. I do poetry. 3 portrait CDs that I've done in the past, along with some more interesting writings. My work, again, as I said before, is about identity and intention. When you think about colors, and we will see some of those pieces later on, but the colors and portraiture that I've moved into, very, very important. Initially, I was doing a lot of figuration, and that figuration was a lot of history pieces. Now, fortunate for many artists, they have what I would say some guidance, some leadership. When I was growing up, once I got to the 12th grade, 3 of my teachers, Sandra Dowd, Miss Corbett, and Miss Cousins, pulled me into the teacher's lounge. And my art teacher, Sandra Dowd, said to me that I was cheating the world because I was not doing enough art. And she said each day that she give out a project, that I would come in the day of the project and do the best piece in the school. And I used to think about that because I wasn't really aware in terms of my art. I just was doing art. And so my English teacher said that, well, this year you're not going to graduate. And my history teacher says, that is correct, you're not going to graduate. And so you got to understand, back in those days, graduation, senior year was very important. And so what I did was I said to them, y'all can't do that. And they said, yes, we can, because we control your grades. And so I sat there and I listened to them as they began to tell me what they wanted me to do my senior year so that I could do more art. And many times when you have people that come into your life and say they want you to do something and you have your own mission and ideas of what you want to do, sometimes you just, don't do it. But in those days, I was the guy who was very popular in high school. So I thought to myself, this is only a challenge. And so each morning, I would draw for my English class, the Macbeth, the Odyssey. For my history class, which was a Black history class, I would draw about the transatlantic slave trade, great African Americans who went on before, like Crispus Attucks, Martin Luther King, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Malcolm X. And these are the kind of pictures that I was drawing. They were historical figures. And I found myself doing the work late at night and bringing those pieces to high school and give them to the teachers the day of. And I think those teachers thought that by me doing the work that I was doing, that I was giving the work to them. But as I said before, my great-grandfather said, don't give your work away. Always sell your work for what it's worth. And more importantly, sell to collectors. And so the Eric Kelly Museum has been a private museum only selling to collectors. And so when the end of the year came, I had drawn enough work to fill a whole hallway in the high school. And as I said before, I started out doing figuration and doing historical pieces. And I hadn't yet started thinking about what my intent was going to be. Why was I doing the work? I was doing the work because I was asked, not because there was this urge deep down inside saying, I'm going to draw all of this work. And so at the end of the year, I received the Lynx Best Artist in the State. And this is what has propelled me to become the artist I am today. I looked at the art award that I received and I thought about where did I want to go to college. And so I had letters coming to me. I was in the news, I was on television, and all these great things. I had these things to happen. And so I had letters coming to my house to go to different schools. And my great-grandfather used to say there are 5 things that you need to think about as you live. He said number 1 is to think. Number 2 is to sell something. Number 3 is to do research. Number 4 is to be relentless. Number 5 is to have energy in everything that you do. And so I started on my quest for understanding that art was going to be what I wanted to do. And so I did research on the schools in Durham, North Carolina. And for those who don't know about Durham, North Carolina is a space where black people, 49% black people, were engaging in economics everywhere. You know, Durham was the tobacco capital of North Carolina at one time. And so when I was a young man and I lived in Federal Street Projects, I could walk down to Pettigrew Street, not to Parish Street, because Parish Street is considered Black Wall Street now, but before Parish Street, there was Pettigrew Street. And on Pettigrew Street was Service Printing, black men owned it, the Regal Theater, black men owned it, the Barber Shop, WAFR, and the taxi cabs. And I could see black people doing great things right there on Pettigrew Street. And Pettigrew Street was probably about 4 or 5 blocks from where I stayed. I remember going to the Regal Theater, seeing Hercules and all these movies as a young man. But the thing that really impressed me about Pettigrew Street was I saw black people doing black things. And so as I did my research to see where I was going to go to school, I discovered that North Carolina Central University was one of the top schools with black professors. And one of the things that I wanted to do, you know, as a young person is I wanted to go to a school where I could study in the class, and then I also could go to the library and pick their books up and read more about what they were talking about, so I would be immersed into the art. And so at that time, North Carolina Central University did not have an art scholarship program. And so remember what I said earlier about my great-grandfather. He said think, and then sell, and do research. And so in doing my research and thinking, I said to myself, I want to take my portfolio down and ask them to come to that school for art. Now, many people don't know, and I didn't know at the time, that Ernie Barnes, who is one of the greatest artists who've ever come out of Durham, North Carolina, didn't know that Ernie Barnes had gone to North Carolina Central University. That was not, in my mind, something that I knew. I was an artist who was influenced by the people that I knew, not the books that I read, but the people that I actually knew. And so I took my portfolio down to Atlanta Henderson at North Carolina Central University. My portfolio was full of historical art, as I said before, because that's all I was doing. Many times you hear the idea that all art is political art. While I wasn't thinking my art was political, my art was always about identity as a black man, as a black person, as a black entity on the planet. And so I left my portfolio with Dr. Henderson, and a week passed, and they sent me a letter offering me an art scholarship at North Carolina Central University. This was probably one of the greatest days of my life. As my grandmother at the time said to me, she said, well, since you're going to school for free, I'm going to give you the family car. And when you're thinking about your life and how things transpire to get you where you're going, these are the kinds of things that move you to believe in yourself. My grandmother used to say, you can do anything that you want to do. Just stand up for yourself and do it. And so, with that being said, my grandmother gave me the family car, and off to North Carolina Central University I was. And, one of the first heartaches that I would say that I had at North Carolina Central University was the whole I'm on art scholarship. And why I say it was a heartache is because the other students that was in school in those days, they knew I was on art scholarship. I didn't know they knew I was on art scholarship. So when classes began and I was asking the other students about painting, because in high school I had done 3 paintings, hadn't done a lot of painting. As a matter of fact, I was self-taught for my painting. My art teacher, Sandra Dowd, said to me, and I will never forget it, she said, "You're an artist. I don't have to tell you what to do. Just take the paint and put it on the canvas, and you will figure it out." And that was my first foray into painting. And I did pretty good. I created an abstract. I created a couple other paintings, and I was doing pastels at the time. And pastels was my first love after pencil and ink pen. And so what I did was I utilized my pastel skills as a way of painting. So when you actually see some of my painting, it looks like pastels, because that's how I mix, that's how I match my colors, that's how I draw, that's how I utilize my line work on my paintings, just like pastels. And we'll get an opportunity to see some of those things as we move forward. And so as I got to college, I won't ever forget, I was asking a young lady how to paint. And she said, "You got an art scholarship. You ought to know how to paint." And this was a heartbreaker for me, because I came from a background of people helping people to get to where they go. And so with that in mind, in terms of how I was raised, I was never raised to say to people, "I can't help you. I'm not going to help you. You got something, so go do what you do." And so this was a daunting task for me, because I was looking at seniors doing artwork, and I was expected at that moment to be able to do work just as well as the seniors were able to do the work, because in their minds I had an art scholarship, and that art scholarship meant that I had some magical powers, some great art in me that they didn't have. And so I was very, very depressed on that day. I remember it like it was yesterday, because what I did was, as they laughed at me, as they looked at me with those eyes of, I don't know why you got an art scholarship if you can't paint kind of feeling, I just walked out of the classroom, got into my car, and I drove home. And I sat in my house, in my grandmother's house. I sat there and I just thought, why am I going to college? Do I want to go back to college? Do I want to continue this thing called art? I wasn't sure. I just sat there and sat there and sat there. And then in the back of my mind, I could hear Sandra Dowd saying, you're an artist. All you got to do is put the paint on the board and work it out. I could hear Miss Corbett saying, when I brought her the pieces of artwork, "Oh, this is great. I'm going to be able to talk about Macbeth today, and we're going to utilize these pieces." I could hear in the back of my mind Miss Cousin saying, when you look at Eric Kelly, he looks dumb. But when he opens his mouth, he is brilliant. He holds class from one side of the classroom while we are doing class, and he can answer all the questions about history. And I could hear these things in my mind while I was sitting there thinking, do I even want to go back? I tell people all the time that peer pressure is a major pressure on many people if they can't handle it. Fortunately for me, my great-grandfather, my grandmother, and my moms always said to me, you can do whatever you want to do. Listen to what you want to do first and follow your dream. And so my art class was on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And my class that I went to was on a Monday. On Tuesday, I didn't go to art class. Wednesday, I didn't go to art class. So on Thursday, I decided that I'm going to go over there to North Carolina Central, and I was going to paint. Now, you got to understand, as a young kid, a young black man, when you're thinking about your identity, you're thinking about what you want to do, and people are pressing against you and doubting who you are and really identifying and seeing who you are. You gotta understand, you're not the guy that I am today. You are a young man who has fear, a young man who's uncertain, a young man who is asking the question, why am I here? And so on that Thursday, I went to the art department at 4:00 when I knew most of the students were not there. And I went to my board and I pulled out my paints and I started painting. And I just kept painting. And I just kept painting. And I continued to paint. I was working it out, trying to figure out what in the world was I doing. And I remember when I got to the art department and I thought about what I wanted to paint. And I painted a piece that if people saw it today, they probably would say that it's racist. If people saw it today, they would probably say, what was he thinking? What was his intent? But I had done a piece in history, in Black history class, of a slave being hung. And it showed a plantation owner grabbing the slave in his hair, getting ready to put the slave into a rope. The name of the picture was I Didn't Do It. And the picture was about a slave who witnessed something that happened and told other people on the plantation, and then the master decided to hang him for talking about it. And this piece also has the Ku Klux Klan in the back, the fiery cross in the back, and all of that crazy stuff I was doing back in that day. And I began to paint that picture. And as I was painting that picture, I could see exactly how to paint. I don't know why or what, but I could actually see how to paint. And so I was there from 4:00 in the afternoon, and I looked up, it was 4:00 in the morning. I took my sheet that we had in art class and I laid it over the piece, and I jumped in my car and I went home. And so my class was Friday morning at 11:35. And so I got to class late that day, and somebody had pulled my sheet off of my painting. and the whole entire class was standing around my piece. You know, when you are uncertain about who you are and what you're doing sometimes, and you're looking for validation, it kind of gets in the way of how you make art. And what I mean by that is, I was not looking for validation. I was looking for how to paint. And by looking for how to paint, I created something that nobody expected to come from me, because just 2 days prior, I was asking people in class how to paint. And so this has been a part of who I've always been, is the kind of person who looks at something from a perspective, and instead of asking a question, I delve into it and make a change and make a difference. And so as the kids were standing around my piece, I walked into class, and true to form, I am never been a person who is always trying to talk about what I do. As my great-grandfather used to say, great people are not people who are walking around talking about being great. They're doing great things. And so I walked in and I walked past the students, and I started to pull out my paints in my box. And one of the students says to me, and this was a moment in my life when I really realized that I didn't need validation from people in me making my art. I just needed to continue making art. One person said, "That's not yours. What are you doing?" And I turned and I looked at the student, most of us seniors, and I said, "It is mine." I said to them, I worked on it from 4 o'clock until 4 o'clock yesterday morning. And then one of the students just said, "I just can't believe it." And I just turned and began to work on my work. This has been what's happened to me in art all my life. It's never been about me looking to be a great artist. It's always been about, what is the identity? What is the intent? Why do I draw? What about this practice that I have? What about this museum that I have that makes me continue to draw and paint? And so in college, it was very, very interesting after that time as I created my first piece. And then all of a sudden, the other students start asking me questions about how I did it. And that was more important to me than anything else. Not that I did it, but being asked how. And as I said before, I utilize my artwork or utilize my painting as I was doing pastels. Pastels was my first love. And once I got to college, I had to begin to think about what my identity, what I was going to do in art. Was I going to be doing figuration? Was I going to be doing scenes? What was I really going to do? And I remember Carlisle, who was one of my teachers. And Mr. Carlisle, I remember Mr. Carlisle. And Mr. Carlisle was a teacher, an art teacher, who said to me, he liked the way I was doing large pieces. And that large pieces was something different from what the other students were doing. And so what I decided to do was to try to figure out what kind of artist I wanted to be. You know, I opened up talking about identity and intention. And I'm going to talk about power and color and emotions later. But what kind of artist was I going to be? And so Mr. Carlisle and Kennedy and some of the other teachers decided that they were going to take us art students to Washington, D.C. And taking us to Washington, D.C. to a art show by an art show curated called 200 Years of African American Art. And you have to understand that in those days, the information that we got was just so powerful. It was not information that we didn't look at the information, but we looked at the information and worked on analyzing why it existed. And so had an opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. There was over 85 pieces of artwork by different artists from all over the world. And that's when I first saw Aaron Douglas. I had known about Romeo Bearden. I had known about Ernie Barnes because Ernie Barnes came from Durham, North Carolina. And I knew about Ernie Barnes because of Good Times. And I knew about Ernie Barnes because he went to Hillside, that same high school that I went to. And many times when we were drawing as young kids, we would always get, you trying to draw like Ernie Barnes. That's Ernie Barnes. That kind of like Ernie Barnes. And so my mind was like, I didn't want to be a copy or a duplicate of any other artist, but I wanted to know what these other artists were doing and who they were. And then I ran across a man by the name of Charles White. And this is where my entire existence was shook. Because I believe that art is the expression of how one feels. And we walked into this big room. And on this room was a mural. And this mural looked like I drew it. It looked like my work. Mr. Carlisle said it. Mr. Kennedy said it. And I was looking at it and I was like, how can this be? How can this man's work be like my work? And who in the world is Charles White? And so this was a journey to kind of discover who he was, why he drew the way that he drew, what was the political part of the kind of art that he was doing. And more importantly, in those days, some artists was doing something that they call today super realism. And that's what Charles was doing. Charles was drawing these pieces with asymmetrical lines, and the line work was just so awesome. And so after discovering Charles White, I began to study Charles White. And of course, I was always studying Ernie Barnes. And so I had to figure out what I was going to put in the art canon. Was I going to continue to draw these kinds of pieces like the Charles Whites? Was I going to continue to draw the pieces like Ernie Barnes? And so I talk about intention and identity and what my work really represents. And what I say to many people, that my work represents world peace. That's what my work represents. The colors that I use, the line work that I use. I'll share with you a little bit later some of the pieces and some of the line work that I do. But my work is about bringing people together, having them to see each other without seeing black or seeing white, without seeing color. I decided that I would do portraits, instead of doing themed pictures. Now I still do theme and scene work also, but I decided that I would do portraiture, that I would do portraits, and that I would take colors and use them as emotional tones. Many times I sit down and then I hear music and I see colors. I hear people having conversations, I see colors. And so I decided that doing portraits of people and how they feel and how they look would be an impact on how people feel. And so I can remember going to New York City during the summers and just sitting on the stoop in Harlem and just watch people go by and just try to see what they were thinking. You know, they was arguing, how the intensity of that argument was, and the facial expressions, and I was always amazed by how people reacted. And each time that I would see people responding or moving, I would always see a different color that I could see in my paintings. And so I started drawing pieces in colors. And so my work has morphed from just doing the figuration into just doing portraitures, even though my next series of paintings are going to be dedicated to Black women. That's going to be an awesome set of work that I'm going to work on. I can't wait. And so when you look at my work and you look at my portraits, you'll notice that I'm working to capture an emotion. When I do a piece in green and white, I'm looking at capturing an emotion. When I do a piece in a red, white, and blue, or as the Nipsey Hussle piece that I did, or as I would say, the rap piece that I did, which is a piece that shows the California colors, the American colors, and the African colors. And so I'm utilizing all these colors to make you, the viewer, see an emotion and get a feeling from that particular piece. My intent is to push you away from looking at a scene, but looking at how somebody is being seen. And that's what my portraiture work is all about. For the last 20 years, I've worked on work that transcends time. Pieces on my grandmother, my mother, in what I call lines, colors, and emotions. And when you sit back and you think about that first day in college when I didn't know how to paint, and you think about now where I'm painting every day, you can understand what identity for me has always been about. We hear about Black female artists. We hear about white women artists. We hear about white men artists, the Michelangelos, the Monets, and all of these guys, the Picassos. But what we don't hear is about many Black men artists and what is their intent and identity in the Black art canon. I don't want to be revered as a Black artist. And one of the reasons that I moved into doing the kind of work that I'm doing is because I want to be revered as an American artist. I don't want to be revered as an Black man artist, even though I'm a Black man. I want to be revered as an artist that painted people, portraits in different colors to get emotions from the viewer. I want my pieces to be large enough that it impacts you as you're looking at it, as opposed to you're just looking at a piece. You know, the colors are symbols and emotions that I get when I'm listening to music, when I'm painting. And so I want my audience to begin to look at my pieces as if it's an emotion, not just a painting, an emotion. And when you talk about all art being political, my work is about, again, how do we develop world peace through art? And I believe the way that we get to world peace through art is by stop looking at art as being Black or being white and looking at art as an entity of making, or as some people say it, as creating a piece where you get emotions, where you get feelings, where you get an idea of what my intent is when I was actually creating or making the art. That is kind of where I am today in terms of my work. When you think about my great-grandfather, so many years ago when I was 7 years old, walking into my bedroom saying that he wanted me to be a lawyer. And he asked me what did I want to be, and I said I wanted to be an artist. And at that moment, he made a decision to create for me the Eric Kelly III Museum. After we went to look at museums to see what they were about, you have to understand that the future of what I would like to see happen is museums for artists who have been marginalized, for people who we don't talk about. Why is there not an Ernie Barnes Museum in Durham, North Carolina? Why is there not a Romer Bearden Museum in his hometown? Why is there not a museum for Black artists so that our young people can see how they went through the process of how they do work? And so with my museum, it's been kind of a blueprint for these kinds of things. The Eric Kelly Museum houses the collective writings, the collective works of my work for over 65 years. And one of the things that I would like to see happen is many more museums for great artists. When you sit back and you talk about Basquiat, for example, great artist, a New York artist, where's his museum? Where's a place or a space for us to go and see his work? I talked about Ernie Barnes, or Charles White, for instance. Where can we go and learn about Charles White? Another gentleman, and I could go on and talk about the Kennedy Wiley, who's doing awesome work, Lisa Butler, who's doing awesome work, Mark Bradford, who's doing awesome work. We can go around the country and around the world and see the Van Gogh Museum. We can see the Richard Steele's work, Clifford Steele, work. We can see all of these white artists around the world. Museums. Where are the Black museums for our young people to see the greatness of these artists who have gone on before us? You know, I also do photography work, and Gordon Parks was a great photographer. But think about it for a moment. Other than seeing the exhibit of Gordon Parks photography, where can you go and study him, the man? One of the reasons that I'm doing this video is because when you look at or talk about artists, many times we have people to narrate what was that artist thinking about, okay? And what was he feeling about what he was doing? And you don't get the conversation from the artists. The artists don't talk about the line work. The artists don't talk about the color. The artists don't talk about how he got to where he is. It's always somebody else talking about how he got there. Van Gogh, for instance, they talk about him cutting off his ear and sending it to somebody. They talk about the Starry Night piece. From their perspective, they don't talk about, or we don't hear Van Gogh say, well, the reason I did Starry Night because I was depressed and I just thought tonight this was a piece. I was studying to do these kinds of things, and this is how the Starry Night happened. We don't get that story. So you really don't know the intent. And so I want to do a conversation about the intent of my work. My portraits, my lines and my colors are put together in a way to pull from you an emotion of how you feel about people on the planet. My pieces are human landscapes. I want you to look at my work and see the lines as the age of the people who I'm painting. When I talk about sitting in North Carolina on my stoop, or sitting in New York City, or going to Chicago, going to New Orleans, going to California, and going to all these different places and watching people, I want you to understand that I'm watching people to see how they move, how they react, how they respond, what makes them them. And so when you see my work, you may see a piece and say, that looks like this person, or that looks like that person, or that looks like this woman or this man. Well, what I do is I watch people and then I create the feeling that I got from those people. So while my pieces may look like certain folk, in my mind, they are sending out a message of emotion and feelings and ideas and presence. And that's my intent. My intent is not to just paint pictures and you like them. My intent is to pull something from you deep down. My pieces are spiritual. The lines sometimes remind you of African mask. The lines remind you of lights and darks. The lines remind you of energy, of hope and presence. That's why I do the work that I do. Now, I could easily do figurative work. I could easily do scenes. But I had to ask myself one question. How do I do something that's going to be different, that's going to stand the test of time and say Eric Kelly III was here? And this was his work. This was his style. This is what he was thinking as he did artwork. And so as you look at my work, my earlier pieces, as I said before, were historical pieces, historical places in time. And then you look at my work now, you'll notice that I've morphed into doing work that brings about that whole emotional feeling from you to the work. And that's where we are today.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpo.com. unforgettable.usa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaw, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series. And I am your business moderator for this morning on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. And we have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community, sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. And it's my privilege to introduce a dynamic force in entertainment, leadership, and cultural advocacy, Bukeka Blakemore. Bukeka is the co-founder of Fave Unite TV, a groundbreaking streaming platform dedicated to amplifying African American stories and storytelling. With decades of experience as a singer, songwriter, musician, and recording artist, she brings the soul of an artist and the vision of a leader to everything she does. She's also the author of Kwanzaa, Happy Celebration, a practical guide to celebrating the Kwanzaa holiday season, and a professional speaker who has inspired thousands with her insights on leadership, diversity, self-worth, and personal growth. As Deputy Executive Director of Creative City, Kansas City, Inc., Bukeka leads efforts to honor Kansas City's distinction as the first and only UNESCO Creative City of Music in the United States. So let's give a warm welcome to Bukeka Blakemore. There she is.
Wow, Grant, thank you for that incredible, incredible introduction. I pinched myself to make sure that it was really me.
It's all you. That's what I've been given. That is you. You have been doing a wonderful job. We want to celebrate and give you your flowers every single day of the week, and especially right now. I want to thank you again for being on the Black Business Network. Genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Black Business Network. It is my pleasure to serve in the capacity of giving you some information that I believe will inspire you. As CEO of Fave Unite TV, as Grant said, we are here to amplify Black stories, Black storytellers, making sure that the stories of Black Americans are seen and heard and experienced in the realm of streaming. So thank you, Black Business Network, for having me. This is an exciting time for this network as well, because we are celebrating the wonderful new film by Dr. Eric Kelly, The Human Landscapes, and that is the epitome of storytelling of the Black experience. You see, I believe that we are here for a reason and a purpose. And that reason and purpose is to make sure that we are making the point that the stories emanating from the African diaspora, from Black people from all around the world, whether it's business or arts and culture, whether it's invention and science, that those stories are absolutely worthy to be told so that they are not forgotten, and that we can pass these stories down to our children, which is a practice that is evident in the African American experience, because that is probably the only way that many of our stories are actually understood. As Grant was saying, I am the author of Kwanzaa Happy Celebration, a practical guide to celebrating the Kwanzaa holiday season. And during that time, which is from December 26th to January the 1st, it's all about storytelling. It's about telling the stories of unity within the Black American experience. It's about telling the stories of self-determination, of collective work and responsibility, of making sure that our economic dollars and our creative economics are prevalent within the Black community, to making sure that our imagination, our creativity, our faith is prevalent, and that we are able to celebrate that in the most wonderful way. So here on Black Business Network, we want to make sure that these stories are also shared and told. As CEO of Fave Unite TV, it is my honor to make sure that those stories are told.
We are a platform that allows those experiences to be shared in many different ways, whether it's a podcast, whether it's an experience of travel, whether it's an experience of cultural art and music. We make sure that on Fave Unite TV, those stories are told. The short films, the feature films, those stories that come throughout the African diaspora, that is what you will find on Fave Unite TV. And I want to tell you a little bit of the story about my background and why I know that storytelling from the Black experience is so very, very important. You see, I was born in the 60s during the time of the civil rights movement. It is a time in American history that we cannot forget. And I had the privilege of being a part of that movement through my parents, Robert Newby and Joan Newby. My father is currently professor emeritus of Central Michigan University. He came into the ranks of the civil rights movement by becoming the director of the civil rights offices in Battle Creek, Michigan, and in Detroit, Michigan. He was a teacher in high school, in junior high school, and my mother was also an educator. They both came from the state of Kansas. My mother from a town called Atchison, Kansas. If any of you are old enough to remember the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe Railroad, she came from that small town. And in that town, she had a wonderful experience of celebrating the Black community in Atchison, Kansas. And she was a part of that celebration, and people knew her voice, her power, her willingness to be a leader in that community. And my father from Wichita, Kansas. And Wichita is also a community, a town in the state of Kansas that had a very powerful civil rights and Black movement through organizations such as SNCC and organizations as the young leaders of the NAACP. And my father was one of the first people to be involved in a lunch counter sit-in. One of the first experiences of a lunch counter sit-in actually took place in Wichita, Kansas, and my father was a part of that sit-in. So these were my parents, and this became a part of my story. So when I was born in Pontiac, Michigan, I was among several young people that grew up in a time in the state of Michigan where it seemed that our rights were being, and not seemed, but our rights were being taken away from us, even though we were in quote unquote a northern part of the country. And so my father and my mother were both instrumental in making sure that those rights were not taken away, that we didn't go back in time. And so that is how I grew up. Now, when my parents gave birth, my mother gave birth to me, they named me Gretchen Elizabeth. And Gretchen Elizabeth, I always say, is a fine name. But I knew that there was something more or different for me. So as we grew up, or as I grew up in this experience of Black empowerment and civil rights, I decided that I wanted to have an African name. And so at the age of 6, I asked my parents if I could do so, and they said yes. And so I chose the name Bukeka Bosede. Bukeka comes from the language of Xhosa. Xhosa is how it's pronounced in the southern part of Africa. And Bosede is a Yoruba name spoken in Nigeria. So Bukeka, as I understood it at the time, meant princess or adorned one. And as I grew up, I came to know that it meant so much more. The term actually means the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. And when a South African minister from Cape Town told me that, he said, God ordained you in that moment, that you had something great to experience and do in this lifetime. And I often think about that. God, what is it? What is my purpose here in life? And so I know that the time of my birth was an experience that I had no idea at the time, but I later became to understand that it would be to give a voice to freedom, to give a voice to positive life experience, to give a voice to wholeness and well being and self worth and leadership. So I'm very grateful that at that tender age of 6 years old, I was able to make that decision. So there's a part of my story. And I am a Black woman telling a story that is very important to not only my history, but to the history of my children, to the history of my grandchildren. And I want that story to be passed down over and over and over again. You can see some of the pictures on my wall behind me. You can see a picture of my sister over here. She is an amazing pilot, one of the few Black female pilots in the United States. And over here on this side, you can see a picture of my then very young son who has grown up to be an amazing father and a wonderful husband who is very intelligent in marketing and economics and does amazing things for his children. I am blessed to be married to an amazing man, Eugene Blakemore, who is a promoter, concert promoter, and has a wonderful history of bringing commercial acts to the Chicago area in the 90s. Yes, the stories go on and on. So I'm very grateful to be a part of the African American experience. And the fabrics of the stories that we have are absolutely incredible. So when it comes to Fave Unite TV, FAVUNITE TV, we are here to amplify those stories. That's right, to make sure that those stories are heard and seen loud and clear, to make sure that there is a plethora of diverse content expressing the Black American experience. As I said, whether or not it is coming from various parts of the world, we're wanting to have stories that talk about various parts of the world, whether it's Korea or Portugal or China or any other country, but that it's being told from the viewpoint of the African American perspective. Because you see, we have a particular perspective of the world. Many people say that it's that African Americans have to have that 360-degree perception, that peripheral vision, that we have to know more about what's being about the people around us than the people in front of us, because we have to be able to watch out for ourselves, for our families, for our future, and to protect our past. We know that at Fave Unite TV, amplifying Black stories and Black storytelling is crucial to the African American experience. And we want to do so in a way that provides a variety of content. We do so in a way that provides a variety of content. So when you go to Fave Unite TV, you're going to see podcast. One of our signature podcasts is On Stage on Fave Unite TV. You'll see comedians, you'll see youth activists, you'll see business people, you'll see authors, and all kinds of individuals that are doing amazing things in the African American community and throughout the African diaspora. We're very excited to have so many amazing people on our platform. You're also going to see we're musicians. We have a fantastic platform called When Fans Rule. And this is an opportunity for musical artists to showcase their craft, to showcase their talent, and to also have forums of people that can kind of give them some feedback right on the spot of their craft, of their work, and how it moved the people that are watching in the audience. Participation is a really big piece of our platform. We want to make sure that the fans that are watching are able to see content that they can participate in, that they can give feedback to, that they can enjoy and share with others, that they can get a chance to have an experience with the artist, with the content creator on Fave Unite TV. Because you see, Fave stands for fans, artists, and venues. And so the fan is the one that we want to make sure has content that they can enjoy seeing and have the opportunity to share with others. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on FaveUniteTV.com. And we have a wonderful community experience on FaveUnite.com, which allows us to have merchandise, meet artists, get to know a little bit more about the artists that are on the Fave Unite TV platform, and to learn more about becoming part of the Fave Unite TV family from either an artist perspective or from a venue sponsor or an individual that would like to have product placement on Fave Unite TV. So you see, we're a very dynamic space for Black stories and Black storytelling. Not only do we have content to share, but we want to build, or we are building, a community where people can have the opportunity to experience one another through the Black American perspective and throughout the African diaspora. You're going to see so many of some of the people that you see here on the Black Business Network because of the fact we are working together in collaboration with one another. You'll see one of my dear friends, Enolia. Enolia is an amazing, amazing speaker, focusing on women's empowerment, focusing on inspiration, and interviewing people from all around the world that have in-depth knowledge of Black spirituality and all kinds of subjects that touch the heart, the mind, and the soul. We are so excited because we also have guests that are in Hollywood. We are working with amazing filmmakers and those that are on the Hollywood scene as well. So you won't be bored watching Fave Unite TV. No way. You're going to see amazing stories and learn many ways on how you can also improve on the work that you're doing. We have filmmaker Devontae Brown from Kansas City, who has done work for the Kansas City Chiefs and has done work with many Hollywood producers and directors that lives right here in the Kansas City area. So again, on Fave Unite TV, you're going to see so much. One of the things that also was mentioned in the bio is that I am the Deputy Executive Director for Creative City KC. And Creative City KC is the not-for-profit organization that manages the UNESCO designation as a creative city of music for the city of Kansas City. So many of you might not have known that Kansas City is designated as a city of music under the UNESCO brand. Now, for those of you that are in the United States, you may not have heard of UNESCO. In fact, most of the people around the world that are familiar with UNESCO are from various countries from various countries around the world. Because you see, UNESCO is a part of the United Nations. It stands for United Nations Education, Scientific, Cultural Organizations. So on Fave Unite TV, we have the Creative Cities KC channel. And on that channel, you're going to see an amazing artistry from people all around the world. Now, one of the reasons why Kansas City is the UNESCO City of Music, the first and currently only city of music in the United States under the UNESCO brand, is because of our rich, rich jazz heritage. And there is so much more that people don't know about Kansas City when it comes to jazz. For example, Kansas City is the home of the local 627, the first Black Musicians Union in the United States. And that building, over 100 years old, still stands. So the people that came through that building are all the great jazz musicians that you've ever known. Dizzy Gillespie, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Charlie Parker, Benny Moten, Count Basie, and the list goes on and on and on. In Kansas City, we have the American Jazz Museum in the 18th and Vine Jazz District, for which you will see so many iconic names and hear the history of Kansas City jazz. In Kansas City, obviously, there's quite a bit of sports happening right now as well. And we see the Kansas City Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl for the third time. That's our hope, right? But in Kansas City, as a UNESCO City of Music, you're going to also see on our channel on Fave Unite TV some of the musical works that come out of Kansas City. First of all, there is what we call the Jazz Day Relay. And the Jazz Day Relay is an opportunity for a musical group that stems from one of the creative cities of music around the world to create a song, an original composition that then is played by musicians from other cities of music under the UNESCO designation from around the world. The most recent Jazz Day Relay, Jazz Day Relay comes from South Korea. Daegu, South Korea, is the UNESCO Creative City of Music in that country. And they have a song called Bird, Bird, Bluebird. So 9 other countries participated in playing that song and giving their own special rendition of Bird, Bird, Bluebird that comes out of Daegu, South Korea. In 2023, we had the Jazz Day Relay that actually started in Kansas City. And the Ward family, Angela Ward, her son Jalen, wrote this song that then was performed by musicians all around the world. And yes, you can see all of this on Fave Unite TV. Black stories and Black storytelling. So, what I would love for you to do is to go to Fave Unite TV. Again, that's FAVUNITE. And go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, go to faveunitetv.com and see some of the wonderful films that are presently on Fave Unite TV, and give us a shout out. Let us know that you really enjoyed what you saw. And go to our community room, faveunite.com. Check out some of our merchandise and learn about some of the artists, the fans, the artists, and the venues that are participating on our platform on Fave Unite TV. This is an exciting time in African American history. It is an exciting time because there is an awakening that is taking place. There are so many stories, so many phenomenal stories that are just now being told. I recently, over the holiday, saw the movie The 6888, and that is a story, a film by Tyler Perry that talks about the all Black female regiment that served in World War II. And without giving the movie away, just know that this Black female regiment was substantially helpful in making sure that the troops that served this country were that their health and well-being, their mental health and well-being was taken care of, which allowed them to be successful in the fight against tyranny. And so we know that that story was never in any history book I had ever read. And it is because of the fact that people came to know about these stories and tell these stories of the women who are now in their late 80s and 90s. are able to have their stories told. Think about what that means for them. Think about what that means for them to be in the last few decades of their life, knowing that the one of the most amazing parts of their lives is now on the big screen, and that story is being told through Kerry Washington, through Tyler Perry, and all of the other amazing actors and actresses that star in that movie, The 688. You know, during Kwanzaa, we also remember some of the tragedy. We remember the Tulsa massacre, that in the 1920s there was a whole town, and it just we're in this instance we're just talking one town where all of the businesses and many of the homes and over 300 Black Americans were killed just because the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma, at the time a booming oil town, did not want to have anything seen as Black people being successful. You see, these are the stories that are a part of our history. These are the stories that make up our collective humanity. And so, even if you are not a Black American, you should know that it's because of the Black American success, ingenuity, and innovation that makes our lives more peaceful, have more well-being today. In February, we're going to celebrate African American History Month. And that is where you're going to see even more stories being told. The stories of history that has been that has made this country great, but you're also going to hear about those individuals that are starting to make their own history, history that is coming from the current um, inventions and education that is currently taking place. There are so many stories, Black stories and Black storytellers you will find on Fave Unite TV. And what I would ask you to do is to share those stories with us. Give us the opportunity to interview you so that you can have your stories memorialized on a streaming platform on in a place that many will see, but not many know about who you are, what you're doing, and why your story is so important. Your contributions to the American fabric, your contributions to the African diaspora. Your story is important and it deserves to be amplified. It deserves to be heard, seen, and experienced by the world. So please contact us at info@faveunitetv.com. That's info at FAVUNITETV.com. We're so excited for Black Business Network, for all of its contributions to telling the business story of the Black American experience, of the Black experience throughout the African diaspora. Excited for Eric Kelly and his new film that really showcases the Black experience through artistry and why it is so important that that story be told. I want to thank Grant McGaw and everybody on the Black Business Network platform for all the stories that you share month after month, week after week, 24/7, so that people will know that the Black business experience is an experience that is rich, that is rich in story, rich in currency, and rich in the experience of the African American fabric of our nation. The fact that we are major contributors to the financial wealth and well-being of our nation. The Black community is a huge contributor. We are rich in our intelligence. We are rich in our innovation. We are rich in our knowledge, and we are here to be a powerful force in the world. The world. So we're very excited for you to come to Fave Unite TV. For fans who are looking for content that they can enjoy, go to faveunitetv.com and subscribe to our channel. For artists, that are looking for a home for your work, or they're looking for a place where you can be seen by viewers who are looking for a variety of content, come to Fave Unite TV. Share your work, have your work on our platform. Learn ways of monetization as an artist on faveunitetv.com. And as a venue, as a Fave Unite TV venue, have your products and your business and your services known on Fave Unite TV. Make sure that your product gets placed in various episodes of On Stage or When Fans Rule, so that you can make sure that your products and services are seen by a wide variety of viewers from around the world. It is important that you support Fave Unite TV and other networks such as the Black Business Network, because of the fact that our stories, our voice, our innovation, our intelligence is paramount to the human experiments, to the human experience. It is paramount to the human experience. So I want to thank you so much for checking out Fave Unite TV. Make sure that you comment. Make sure that you comment about the work that you've seen. Join in on the lives. I have some wonderful times with the lives on Fave Unite TV, to tell you the truth. I love being able to just share like I'm sharing with you right now, and watching the comments, the streams of comments of people saying just hello, or I like this subject, or I'd like to know more about this subject. I want to know more about Kwanzaa. I want to know more about each day of the Kwanzaa holiday. I want to know more about Umoja. I want to know more about Kujichagulia, Ujima, Ujama, Kuumba, Nia, Imani. I want to know more about all of the things that Kwanzaa is. So thank you so much for having me on Black Business Network, Fave Unite TV, faveunitetv.com, faveunite.com. Come and join our community of seeing more and more Black stories from Black storytellers from all around the world and throughout the African diaspora.
Man, this is a treat. This is always a treat. I love the historical context in which you put all your stories into, and understanding where we are in the now of our existence and where we need to go, And I think that is so beautiful. I love what you're doing in Kansas City. You know, I always got a little love for my Kansas City people because I'm from that area, or at least in the Midwest, not too far away. So I always like to see what's being celebrated in the Kansas City. Now I got a question. Are you on the Missouri side or the Kansas side?
I'm on the Kansas side, but we're very close together, so you can hardly tell. You're one street over from the state line, and then you're in Missouri. So yeah, but I'm on the Kansas side.
Well, I know exactly. I used to live near Rainbow, I think it was, and it was on the Kansas side. And we used to go back and forth. You didn't know, but it is an amazing city. Love what you're doing for everyone. And I want to thank you again for being on the Black Business Network. We got to check you out on Fave Unite. And I want to thank you for having my shows on your particular streaming platform. It is, and the interview I had with you, man. People are still, I get emails all the time like, hey, I saw you on the Bakapa Blakemore's platform. Talk to me a little bit more about that.
It was wonderful having you on there, Grant. And I mean, you're such a wealth of knowledge. And believe me, people, when you want to know about brand, Grant McGaw is your guy.
All right. Just one more time. Tell the audience how to connect with you and how they can tune in to all your shows on Fave Unite.
Absolutely. So go to faveunitetv.com. That's FAVUNITE.com.
That works for me. That is wonderful. All the information is there. I want to thank you again for being a Black Business Network, the Black Business Olympics. Genius is common. Now see you on the other side.
Thank you.
All right, another wonderful, wonderful person. The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. You may go to blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App that's right on the screen below. That's $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. And students, you can register online at blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. So we want to remind you to donate to the scholarship fund. And we want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for December 2024. And they include NC100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus Richer Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, the Hello LLC, Barbara H. Smith LLC, Margie McLean Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, 5-Star BDM, Milani Shani Global, Executive Women's Success Institute, the Quality Coaching Company, Superwoman Business Services, Creative for Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA, Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Follow the Brand TV broadcast host, Grant McGaw, as he visits with top executives and entrepreneurs to find out their secrets of success with their personal brand. Follow the Brand TV broadcast host as he focuses on brand development to build better relationships, bring value to your business, relationships, and career. You will enjoy listening to each episode that is tailored to speak to you directly. If you're looking for this type of clarity in terms of building your brand, you have tuned into the right station. Each episode will help you to shape a conversation in the 5-Star BDM network of 20,000 professionals and become a springboard for your corporate engagement and business opportunities. Each guest will frame their story in the areas of personal branding, business development, career development, financial empowerment, and technology innovation. Grant McGaw explains why he is the CEO and owner of his own professional career. Grant is an accomplished business leader and entrepreneur who wants to give back to individuals to grow their personal brand strategy. Tune in as he weaves his story about new possibilities, while to you exceed expectations. If you love storytelling, this show will make for fun.
5-Star BDM, Brand Development Masters, is a professional consulting and advisory group keenly focused on business development services for the small to mid-sized business and entrepreneurs. Although every business is unique, they often share business development challenges that can be addressed through smart branding. Services include process improvement and operations, digital strategy and transformation, business intelligence, digital marketing, and personal branding. Our business and personal branding company has helped a number of professionals and organizations to optimize and grow. This results in more business, more opportunities, better reach, positive outcomes. Visit www.5starbdm.com today to learn more.